We only have one prize to take, man. This is pretty epic. Today we're gonna take a look at another super fun, super exciting spread deck that involves Toxtricity and Orbeetle VMAX. Let's take a look. Welcome back to the channel, Little Flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we have for you a Toxtricity Orbeetle VMAX deck that was inspired by the most recent Tablemon Sword and Shield On tournament that I played in. But first, let me remind you that we are streaming a lot of our gameplay over at twitch.tv/FlexDaddyRighteous. If you want to catch me live, we stream 3 days a week. You can find me over there, hamming it up with crazy decks like this. If you've enjoyed the content that you've seen on YouTube, please make sure to like the video and subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. And again, we've seen some pretty insane growth recently. It would just mean the world to me if you wanted to come along on this journey with us. So this is our deck, Toxtricity Orbeetle VMAX. Here is the main card, the star of the show, Toxtricity. The first attack is where we're looking at, right? Okay, lightning type, 130 health, poison. It's poison shout. But I think if you just yell poison, then the opponent gets the idea, right? So we got the poison shout attack here. This deck does 20 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon, and your opponent's active is now poisoned. So, of course, you're doing that spread 20 times, and you're poisoning your opponent's active. So you're doing 30 to the active and then 20 to the bench. But you can pair it with Telescopic Sight to do even more damage to your opponent's V, VMAX, and GX Pokemon, doing an additional 30. So now if your opponent has a full bench of GX or VMAX Pokemon, you're doing 50 to each. You know, you can see how that damage can get out of control really, really quickly. To aid us in our kind of conquest of our opponent's field, we have the Orbeetle VMAX with that Eerie Beam. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So Eerie Beam, really strong attack, really strong ability, and a really strong attack in Gmax Wave. Gmax Wave is the way that we get the most damage out of our deck. So we definitely need that attack. This attack does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they have 3 energy, like it's very common with a Zacian or an ADP, you're going to swing for 200 damage onto the active. And if you've already spread once or twice with a Telescopic Sight on your Toxtricity, you're taking 1-shots in the late game with the Orbeetle. We also have a Rowlet, which is really nice. We play a lot of Bird Keeper in this deck. So Sky Circus, if you played a Bird Keeper from your hand during this turn, ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack cost. So we can basically use Wind Shard, which does 60 damage to an opponent's bench. So we can use that attack for free. You can also add a Telescopic Sight. Now you're doing 90 damage for free. Rowlet, a cute little Pokemon to kind of finish out the game. We play our full 4 Bird Keeper and 4 Research. Only 3 Marnie in this deck, though. I gotcha. You were thinking that I was going to say 4. Only 3 Marnie in this deck and 2 Boss's Orders. We play 4 Great Ball, 4 Quick Ball. Want to get out all of our basics on the first turn pretty much as fast as we possibly can. The Bird Keepers are really nice to be able to switch in between the Orbeetles and the Rowlet. That is why they are at a 4 of. So you can use multiple of the Orbeetle VMAX's abilities over the course of a turn. Of course, we are playing a lightning deck, and so we will be utilizing the speed lightning energy. Gives us just a little touch of more consistency when you attach this card from your hand to a lightning Pokemon, of course, the Toxel or the Toxtricity. Draw 2 cards. You can also use it to power up any of your other attackers, but you won't get that extra draw power. So this is the list. I have had a blast with this list playing it, and you're going to see a few games. I think they're very, very useful for showing you how this deck sets up. They're not necessarily the best games competitive-wise in terms of, you know, maybe our opponents not playing the best or our opponents maybe not playing tier 1 decks, but it gives you a really, really good sense of what this deck is all about. I hope you'll enjoy these next few games with our Toxtricity Orbeetle VMAX deck. I always love taking our wacky decks onto the ladder. It's, you know, feast or famine, really. Truly is, where we could have the best day or the worst day. You never know with these kind of things. But I try to always bring you guys the, you know, the gameplay that I think is most true to the deck. I mean, certainly we do get some of those crazy wins sometimes, and I have to show you those. But Yeah, we like to be a little honest and a little true to, you know, kind of how the deck operates. And it looks like may get a great opportunity here against this coughing deck to come out with the dub. See what they opt to do. Will we see a foul odor? Oh, they don't do anything. That bodes extremely well for us. Let's go ahead and get ourselves no cards there, and I will find a quick ball for a Toxel, and then we'll attach that energy. Take a look through the deck here. Always good to check your prizes. We won't do anything too serious, but it looks like we did prize a Toxtricity. We have that Dedenne there. Looks like we prized a Great Ball, a Boss, and some energy. No, we have all of our energy. Telescopic Sight as well, and a Switch. Okay, good. So we'll go ahead and play that down. The Speed Lightning goes right there. We're going to hope to draw into... Actually, you know what? This might be the kind of hand that you just hold. I don't think I really want to get rid of either of these Pokemon. So, yeah, I think we're okay to just go ahead and pass the turn. Again, being super cautious. We know we're playing against a Weezing deck, so to be honest, I don't want to drop too many more Pokemon onto the bench right now. I kind of want to let them make their first move. So there's a Mimikyu. Come on, just play like 4 more coughing down. And they're going to switch. Oh no. Their hand might be pretty bad too. I don't know why you would switch into the Mimikyu. I guess you could tail trickery. Okay, I think they just don't have anything, would be my guess. And they will pass. Yo, let's go. Let's go. And we get the air balloon. Okay. We're in business now, boys. We are in business now. Let's go there. I guess we'll play the Turffield. I don't know that they would have anything that would benefit from Turffield, but we'll play it down in any case. We'll get that. Let's go ahead and capture energy. Get ourselves... Do we want anything else? I mean, we could get another Orbeetle. That would be kind of filthy. All right, sure. We'll get ourselves another Orbeetle. Let's get a VMAX out of the deck with the Turffield. I know it looks a little scary to be going up against a Weezing with this amount of bench, but they're all going to evolve on the next turn anyway, so I don't feel too bad about taking all that, you know, little damage there with the detention gas. This is assuming that they even have a switch back into the Weezing as well, so we're kind of forcing their hand a bit. So we got a couple switch in hand. We'd like to get a Bird Keeper if we can. Okay, there's a U-turn board, so we do get punished a little bit for our play, but we will be able to take a knockout on the Mimikyu. So detention gas is just a pass, and we'll be able to take a win. Is that a dub? Do we just have the filthy dub here? Let's go there. Oh no, we should spread one more time. Yeah, of course. Because we could take a knockout on the active, right? We could do 100 damage to the active, which might not be too bad. Yes, and they're just going to scoop. Okay, let's go. You saw how well that deck set up. I think that's really valuable to, like, even if we play a game where our opponent doesn't set up, it's really valuable to show you guys just how well we set up. Dude, my wife is at the grocery store right now. And she goes to a... Well, we go normally, but she's like, you know, JW, you can do your YouTube video today. I will go to the grocery. We went to the grocery store together this morning. So we normally go to 2 grocery stores. We have our Aldi that's like 10 minutes down the road. We go there. We also have our international market that is, you know, maybe 20 minutes away. That's a little bit more of a hike. But she is at the international market, and that's where we get a lot of our produce is like cheaper at the international market. We get a lot of produce at Aldi because it's convenient, but she'll go for like the basils and the herbs, the thyme, that kind of stuff. Alrighty then. We would love to see a Toxel. I'll take a Rowlet. Because we could go Bird Keeper into Rowlet and do some damage on the next turn. So we'll bench the Rowlet. You got to think we're playing against an ADP deck. So there's a Marnie. And we're going to have to be really careful about what we do with our energy, I think. Oh, this is not really that. What is this deck, dude? Okay, it's not an ADP deck. It is, in fact, a Garchomp and Giratina deck. So they're going to do 40 damage. I would imagine to the Rowlet, right? You gotta, right? In this scenario, they're going to do 40 to the active. How about that? So we get a Marnie, but do we want to play the Marnie is the question. Let's go here with the Guru. Oh, it feels so bad to play the Marnie here because they only have one card in hand. Let's see what we can get off of the Primate Wisdom. I'm going to put an Aurora to the top of the deck. And, okay, we get a Turffield. That actually makes me less interested in Marnieing my opponent. Go ahead and Capture Energy as well. Get ourselves out a Toxel. And Eerie Beam. And I wish we had that guaranteed energy on the top. The Marnie here feels just wrong. Feels wrong. So I'll put the Orbeetle down, and then we will pass. Okay. So the plan here is to just get all of our Orbeetle VMAXs up and running. They get a Crushing Hammer. Are we just going to get linear attack to death? And then they're going to Calamitous Slash? It's actually the perfect plot. It's the perfect crime, if you will. So let's do some more spread. And then I think we probably switch into the Toxel. Because I don't know if we're going to get another switch card. I just don't want to bank on getting another switch card. And at the very least, we can Tight Jaw. Okay? So we Great Ball. We don't find anything. We go here. We're looking for the Toxel. Or Toxtricity, excuse me. We don't find it. Instead, we just Tight Jaw. Let's go. And they're paralyzed. That's huge. That is huge. Ah, another quick ball, you say. All right, well, this is kind of nice. Again, if we can find ourselves a Toxtricity, we're in a good spot. And they go for the Guru. Alrighty then. Because we're going to start spreading here, you know, a great deal, right? With that Telescopic Sight. We could have attached it to the active. Not too worried. Let's just attach our energy. Let's go here, search the deck for another Orbeetle. That's our third. We'll Bird Keeper. Into the Rowlet, sure. No Toxtricity, huh? So at this point, I think want to just swing into the benched Dedenne for 90. See what we get here on the Wisdom. No dice. No dice. Okay. So yeah, we'll Wind Shard and we'll do 90 to the Dedenne. Okay, cute. And then on the next turn, we can Telescopic Sight our Toxel and we can knock that Dedenne out. Yeah, I think this feels appropriate. There's a Pokegear. Well, we need a Toxtricity. We do need a Toxtricity. And they're going to get the research. You hate to see it. We could also start swinging for some big damage with the Orbeetle too, right? So maybe that's where we go. They're going to target down that Orbeetle. Let's go here. Switchicity. Into this. Let's go Eerie Beam. Put a card on the top of our deck. Oh, we got the Toxtricity, dude. All right, sick. So we'll Eerie Beam, and then we'll switch. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. Discard that. And then we'll shuffle the top of our deck, sure. Going with the Poison Shout. Poison! That's such a bad joke. Ah, I'm so sorry you had to hear that. All right, so he's at a crossroads here. He could GG end, right? He could discard our Orbeetle VMAX. Seems like a decent play, to be honest. I don't know. What are we playing against, though? See a Drampa. Have a Garchomp Giratina. This boy's out of his league for sure. Let's see what he opts to go for here. If I'm you, buddy, I'm GG ending. Oh, but you need 2 Psychics. Of course, you need 2 Psychics. So you can just go for a knockout on the active. He's going to go Ends Resolve, buddy. Oh, dude. Ends Resolve, huge Ends Resolve there. Attaches 2 Psychics to the Drampa. Maybe he has like an energy switch. That would be insane. He's going to take off the active. What is happening? He's going to linear attack the bench, putting them both at 80. Wow. So we could get some serious... We could do some serious damage if we're able to switch out of this Toxtricity. Let's see, we could do 200 damage to the active if we can find a switch. So it's like for sure worth it to just try to go for it as hard as possible. So I'm going to thin the deck out by 1. I'm going to just take a little look-see pie. And then Marnie. If we can find ourselves a switch, we're in business. Okay, this is pretty good. So we go switch. Let's also just stack our deck. Primate Wisdom. See what we got. Okay, Bird Keeper. That's also very nice. We'll go switch into the Orbeetle. Eerie Beam. Just do a little extra damage to the bench. Retreat. And Eerie Beam again, of course. And then G-Max Wave. Give him the old send-off. Take our 3 prizes. We only have 1 prize to take, man. This is pretty epic. This is pretty epic. So there's that. Drampa coming active. Of course, the Dragon Breath, or Dragon Arcana, if this Pokemon has 2 or more different types of basic energy, it does 140. So, going to be swinging at us for 140. Of course, we take that return knockout with our own G-Max Wave, and that will close us out. I just can't believe in 2020 that Ends Resolve is still being played. I'm shook a little bit. Makes me want to try an Ends Resolve deck. Don't give me any ideas, Nino. Oh, and they play the Martial Arts Dojo. That's pretty cute. So we're going to do 180 to our active, but they have just too many energy attached. We can go ahead and G-Max Wave for 200 damage and the knockout. Well played to my opponent. And our deck, looking good. 2 games, 2 wins. We'll give it a 3rd try on the ladder. See where we can go. I mean, really, I feel like if we could get a meta deck win, then we would be just in business. We would be absolutely one of the happiest boys ever. So game number 3, let's go play a meta deck. Let's play like an ADP. Give it to me. I want to see how we do against an ADP deck. And it looks like we'll get our chance here with this deck box. I mean, if that doesn't scream ADP, Zacian, I don't know what will. So we get our Orbeetle. There's not really a good card to discard, is there? But man, you hate to see all these Aurora Energy just piling up, but that's okay. We'll see what we get off the top deck. Maybe it'll be a card that we can pitch without worry. We'll start the Orbeetle. We won't give them the Toxel. Oh, we should just show them the Toxel. I don't think they'll know what to do. So there's that ADP. Oh, buddy. All right, so we have to get rid of the switch, I think. We'll go here. We will play the balloon. and then we pass. And life is good. This is good. As long as the ADP deck doesn't play hammers, I think we can really feel confident about at least our starting hand, right? This is a really good starting hand. See that Marnie does put a little damper on the spirits. But getting into Toxtricity would be really cool here off this Marnie. Of course, we just had a Marnie of our own. See that Big Charm. See a Cherish Ball. Gonna get the Dedenne. Got another Aurora, so that can go right on that Toxel. And hey, I am about it. All right, so the question that we have now is whether or not we played Bird Keeper before or after the Great Ball. If we play Bird Keeper before the Great Ball, then our chances of drawing into a Toxtricity are much higher. They did not get an energy attachment, and we just get a Professor's Research. So that actually just completely invalidates any sort of decision that I, needed to make. We go with the Toxtricity. Let's go ahead and attach an Aurora, discard the Bird Keeper, play our other Orbeetle down, and then go with the Research. So we are not only going to be spreading damage, and we get the Telescopic Sight. That is massive. Let's go here. Let's get ourselves another Toxtricity down. Because at this point, they haven't GX'd. I think we might be safe to try to go in with multiple Toxtricities. We'll see. We'll see. That might be our downfall, but I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. Let's go ahead and poison and do 60 damage to the Dedenne. So we are doing, yeah, look at that. 40, 30, 60. 130 for one spread. If they had another, let's say they had a Zacian V on the bench, that would be doing 190, right? If they had a Mawile on the bench, like two very real Pokemon that they could have started with, a Crobat. Like, we'd be looking at racking up the damage really, really quickly. And we might be able to get another poison shot in. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. Dropping a Zacian would be great. And they scoop. That's right. They can't handle the truth. Okay, we got to go 4. We got to go 4 games. I am not. This is unedited, guys. This is completely unedited. 3 wins in a row with this Toxtricity deck. We're on a 7-game win streak dating back to the previous video that we filmed. We're just going to go in. This is game number 4. Whatever happens, happens. But certainly this deck has been really fun. I have been loving just like, it feels good. I feel like I've been able to draw into the things that I want to draw into. I feel like I've been in every single game that we've played. We've had some dead draws. We've had maybe some opponents that, weren't playing tier 1 decks or anything like that. But the way that our deck has run, has been fantastic. So we'll get another shot looking like a Clay DP, and I'm about it. I'm here for that. So we'll draw a card, and a pretty nice start for us. We get the Orbeetle. So if it is a Clay DP, how many Toxtricities do we want out? Is the answer 0? Or excuse me, is the answer 1? And we try to force them to go into Orbeetles? That might be the truth for us. So let's go ahead and quick ball away a Toxel and get ourselves another Beetle. And we're going to look to get the full 3/3 Beetle and then maybe like a Rowlet to finish us off. We'll attach for turn to an Orbeetle, discard a Marnie. And then I think I'm good to pass. Let's keep the Great Ball. We keep the Great Ball for 1 more turn. That means we draw 1 more card. That means we dig 1 extra card on our next turn. So it's essentially like digging for 8 cards off of the Great Ball, right? If we wait 1 turn, we get the top deck, and then we go. Because there's nothing else that we really need here. We maybe, if we got the last Orbeetle, that would be pretty good. But nothing that, again, that we necessarily need this next turn. So we see that Zacian, Intrepid Sword. They got the first turn Crushing Hammer, which was pretty big. Let's see. Let's go here with the Quick Ball. We get another when you're good, you're good. And then let's go here. Ooh, the problem is that we only have so many Aurora energies. We're going to be losing Auroras here pretty quickly, but is it worth it to get the snipe going? We can go Aurora here. I'm going to go ahead and Marnie. Our opponent didn't play a supporter, but I just don't want to give them, I don't want to give them too much. And then we'll Tight Jaw. Fortunately, that's the only thing that we have here. We do get the Paralyze, but they probably will have switch. We see that energy spinner. And it's looking a little bit sketchy for us. If they can find a switch, they do. Are able to get into that Altered Creation. And we are going to need, we get what we need. Let's go attach to an Orbeetle. Do we want to switch? How confident are we that we can retreat? I don't want to risk it. I know we could switch into the Orbeetle, but we don't get a, oh no. We don't get anything, dude. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. We need a Toxtricity ASAP. And then how many Auroras do we have? We don't have any left. Oh no. Okay. Gonna need this Dedenne. So we can't actually afford to discard this Aurora. We're gonna have to just tight jaw again. Please heads. Please heads. Please heads. Tails. No. Okay. This is pretty big then. We really needed that tight jaw to work. Let's see if they can punish us with like a Mawile, perhaps. Or a Crushing Hammer. A Crushing Hammer would be very punishing. Yep, and they do get heads. I think that is just about gonna close it out. But wait. Let's go there. We'll discard Telescopic Sight. At this point, I think it is probably worth it to switch. Go in with the Turffield. Get ourselves an Orbeetle VMAX. Go ahead and play it down. Wow, that would have been big to be able to get an attack off with the Orbeetle, though, this turn. We can go ahead and Eerie Beam. Let's Bird Keeper. Okay, get a Toxtricity. Get this. Go Eerie Beam. Retreat and Poison Shout. So we're doing 20, 30 with the poison to the active, and then 60 to the benched Zacian. See if they have an energy here to attach. We do see a Clay, so likely going to net them an energy spinner. No energy spinner yet, but we see another one of those crushing hammers, those pesky, pesky crushing hammers. They flip 2 for 2 and 2 for 3 now, and they'll take a knockout on our Toxtricity. But Toxtricity, you've done your job, young man. You have done your job. Oh, we see the switch. Okay, big, big, big. All right, switching to the Zacian. But what's their routing like? We need stat to get the third Orbeetle VMAX down. Because if they can knock this out, that would be pretty crushing to our blows, or our possibility of winning. See a Cherish Ball. Get themselves a Dedenne. Just really need to have our Orbeetle survive, honestly. Need to survive a Crushing Hammer this turn. If they find their last Crushing Hammer and they hit heads, I think that is going to be all she wrote. See a Quick Ball. See another Zacian. And we're going to be able to spread a lot. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Tool Scrapper is fine. They probably are just going to take off the one, keeping that Telescopic Sight on. That's cool. And they're going to Brave Blade. So, it is our opportunity to get our Orbeetles up and going. And to try to win this game off the back of Eerie Beams and G-Max Waves. Eerie Beam number 1. Eerie Beam number 2. Let's thin the deck. Let's go speed, actually. The capture, we might want to get out a Rowlet on a subsequent turn. So I'll keep the capture energy in deck. Let's go ahead and Eerie Beam again. That will do 200 damage to the active. So all those Eerie Beams really weren't for the active. They were for the bench. You know, we want to make sure that we can get our, for instance, the Dedenne up to higher damage, right? And they're going to come up with a Metal Saucer. We see a Turbo Patch. Heads. Okay. And then a Clay. All right. All right. All right. All right. What can we do here? This is particularly tough because we don't have any more Aurora Energy. So we maybe did need to go for a Toxel on the last turn. I think our last hope, our last gasp hope, is the Rowlet. We could maybe like gust up a Dedenne and try to stall or something like that. Unfortunately, with with our Orbeetle being the way that it is. Okay, they're gonna go for another Zacian. Yeah, as long as they can set up 2 Zacian, then they should just win here. And the Crushing Hammer might seal it. No dice, but an Ultimate Ray. 180, huh? Well, we can take the ADP down to 1 prize. The shame here is that we don't have Aurora left in the deck, so we won't be able to attack with the Orbeetle. We can try to go with the Dedenne 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They got switches and air balloons left, no doubt. And energy, I'm sure they have energy left as well. So we'll go Capture, get the Toxel. Kind of need to Marnie, huh? Okay. See what we can do. Go Eerie Beam. Retreat. And I suppose Eerie Beam again. Yeah. Eerie Beam. And then if they have Gust, they win, of course. But this is our best chance at winning, so we'll pass. This is our best chance at getting the dub. Oh, and there's the Great Catcher. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't do it. It limits our options severely, right? Because we don't have access now to our Rowlet or our Toxel. Are going to play that, yeah, that Great Catcher there. So let's go. Do we have outs to win? We go Eerie Beam. We have to do so many Eerie Beams. It's it's kind of ridiculous. Let's go here. Eerie Beam. Or we retreat. We go Bird Keeper. Eerie Beam. There. I mean, every subsequent like turn, it's not like we don't have a great chance, but there definitely is a chance. Maybe if we can boss up, let's see, 60. We could do 60. It's 190. We would need a ton more turns, though, I think is the problem for us. We can go ahead and attach the telescopic sight somewhere. But we just have to pass, unfortunately. Again, if they just have a boss's orders, they will be able to take out this Orbeetle. We had an opportunity to just go down to 1 prize and kind of end it nobly. But we're trying for the win here. We are trying for the win. There is an Eldegoss Ordinary Rod, Quick Ball, Pal Pad. Again, I think that pretty much seals the deal. We don't have any Marnies left. We would need to gust up like the Dedenne, so we would need to draw into the boss off the top of the deck. We have a 1 in 4 shot. They get to Ordinary Rod like an Eldegoss and a Dedenne back into the deck. Those are good choices. We see a Pal Pad, likely going to get at least 1 boss, and a Clay back into the deck. So we need to draw into our boss, and we need to boss up the Dedenne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy are all on play here, and we have 3 like switch cards. So I think that is just gonna do it for us in this matchup. I'm trying to see a way out of here, but I just unfortunately don't see it. If we had, oh, there's another switch. Okay. There's a Brave Blade to the active. All right. Well, yeah, that's, well, we could Speed Lightning. Draw 2 more. We can go Boss up here. And then Eerie Beam. And that's just not gonna be enough. We got 1 card left. And presumably they have some kind of switch option. And there's an energy switch and a retreat. That will do it. We could have taken the ADP deck to 1 prize. I think that's a pretty solid showing for us in that last game. I hope you all enjoyed our wacky Orbeetle Toxtricity deck. Spreading is still super, super fun. And I think this deck embodies kind of the entire spirit of the spread deck. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like the video as well, leave a thumbs up down below, and drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of this list, what you thought of the gameplay. I'd be happy to read it. As always, remember guys, good luck and also have fun. I'll catch you on the next video.